Hey, everybody, this is Carla Jenkins, and welcome to a new episode of Projectized, the Project Management Show. And on this episode, I'm going to talk about project management ethics. And the reason why is because it's a core part of maintaining your project management professional certification. And I also want to give a few examples on why I deem this to be important. So, one of the things that you can do when you have your PMP is you can teach, you can do consulting, and oftentimes there are situations where people come to you for help and you have to be able to evaluate whether or not they need your services. So I have a project management strategy session, which is an hour for $197. But I had a particular situation today where somebody got in contact with me in LinkedIn, and the person, he completed all of these online and in person project management exam prep, and he was asking me to help him. And from an ethical perspective, I had to tell him he has done more than enough training and studying, and he could recite certain examples very well. And I told him that he has more than enough. There's nothing that I can do for him, and that my recommendation would be to find project management meetups in his country or his city where he can meet other certified PMPs, and then you can get informational interviews and learn what they use with their credential. But if I was unethical and just all about money, I would have said, yeah, I have these services, I have that. But one of the things that you have to do and you have to practice as a project management professional is discernment. So when someone comes to you and they have, like, mostly are there, they're very good, they know the project management body of knowledge, then my recommendation would be, I really cannot help you. I'm not going to take your money. Even though I do have a service, you have to be able to be a guide and engage. And that's the reason why the Project Management Institute ranks ethics very high when you get your project management professional certification, because it's like you're representing them. Moreover, another thing that I would say is that this particular individual also was going for the certified associate in project management before the PMP. As I mentioned before, I received my CAPM in August 2011, and then I passed my project management professional certification in June 2013. So it was nearly a 2-year difference between the two. And there's nothing wrong with that. As I mentioned on a previous episode of Projectized, do you need a PMP to get a project manager job? I said that there can be situations where a CAPM, which is the junior level certification, would be okay, because employers would know that both the CAPM and PMP come from Project Management Institute. So if it says PMP or PMP in 6 months and you have a CAPM, I think they most likely will waive the requirement, because I've been in that situation before. As I mentioned before, I received my certified associate in project management in August 2011, and 8 months to the day I passed the exam, I received my promotion. I received a second promotion after passing the PMP. But if you don't feel that you're ready, or you don't have the project management experience, in my case, I didn't in the beginning. When I first started studying project management in April 2010, I did not have the 5 years experience. I didn't have that. So I went for the junior level certification. And that's something also we as PMPs have to do. If you feel the person that is coming to you for a PMP does not have the skill set or the knowledge, there's no shame in telling that person that go for the CAPM first. You know, build yourself up to get to the PMP, because one of the reasons why I took the CAPM, because it was less money and I didn't have the experience. And as I mentioned before, when I first started, $400 is a lot of money. And, the average, I believe it's reported that the average PMP is about 119,000. Well, someone who's making $119,000 can afford a $400 test. Someone who's just getting started in project management cannot afford that. And it should be understanding. That's another thing of ethics, of working with people's budgets and being honest enough to say whether or not you can help them or not. So I just wanted to do this episode of Projectized because I wanted people to understand the importance of ethics, how it relates to maintaining your project management professional certification, and the ethical responsibility we all have as project management professionals when people come to us for help, and to be ethical and to be honest about all of our interactions. Yes, we want to be ambassadors, we want to promote the PMP, but not everybody is ready. And those who are really ready to sit for a certification exam, they probably won't need our services or our consultation fees. So once again, this is Carla R. Jenkins. If you do want to work with me and you do need help with PMP, please get in touch with me at carlarjenkins.com/PM strategy. Remember, we also have a newsletter, PM Project, at bit.ly/PM Project mail. I would like to thank everybody for taking out the time to watch this episode of Projectized. I greatly appreciate it. And I'll see everybody in the next episode of Projectized tomorrow. Goodbye.